Today we're gonna mix it up and test some of your knowledge on some of the biggest companies, and maybe you can see how smart you are when it comes to this trivia. Choose which logo we're talking about to get the right answer. Are you ready? Here is the logo challenge test. Hey guys, this is American Eye, bringing you another great video. Question 10. When you're shopping for big name logos, you'll certainly come across some counterfeit goods if you're looking in the wrong places. Known for their expensive perfumes, they revolutionized the fragrance industry in 1919. This is when the chemist Ernest Beau launched a perfume that was originally considered to be provocative. The French company has gone big ever since and have been trendsetters in women's fashion for nearly a century now. This luxury brand has 250 stores worldwide, and many have questioned who exactly is making their bags. Many feel as though the leather to make the bags comes from Bangladesh and factories with less than desirable conditions. Which fancy logo are we talking about? A. Chanel, B. Louis Vuitton, or C. Hermes? The answer is A. Although many companies have been under scrutiny for poor working conditions, Chanel was called out by Vice in an article saying that they could be the ones who were the most guilty of the luxury brands. Question 9. This company is known for their amazing sports vehicles, and people will spend quite a bit of money in order to show off this logo. The company actually had their origins in building planes before automobiles, and the logo is believed to represent a propeller moving. Part of it represents the sky in the background, and the other part represents the propeller. The first logo appeared in the 1920s on some planes, but this one here is put on the grille of each car. Is it A. a Mercedes, B. a Volkswagen, or C. a BMW? The correct answer is BMW, and you can tell from this photo how you can see the BMW logo from a moving propeller. You've probably driven by this store before to donate or maybe to make a few purchases and seen their logo. They were founded in 1902 and are a $3 billion agency. It's available in 17 different countries, and they've been somewhat criticized for their low wages to employees, while people at the top are receiving well above $1 million a year. Who are you really donating to? The needy or the extremely wealthy? Although the company disputes these claims, roughly 87% of the profit is donated at various organizations. Other than that, they do provide low-income wages to people who lack job experience or education. To give you a big hint, their logo does include a smiley face. Goodwill, Walmart, the Salvation Army. If you said Goodwill, good job. You probably never really took the time to look into it and figured it was just half a smiley face, right? Or is it? While it does look like a smiley face, if you look at it from a different point of view, it can actually be a lowercase g. You can also see at the bottom how it's used to spell goodwill. Well played. Question number 7. What if we were to tell you that if you got chips from this company, you probably thought they were made from potatoes, but these are actually made of rice, corn, and wheat. While most chips are made from cutting the potato in thin slices then deep frying them, this on the other hand is using non-potato ingredients and turning them into a dough. They're then cut into shapes and pressed into a mold that we're familiar with. Chips are then removed from a mysterious oil, then dried and flavored. Any nutritional value whatsoever is completely destroyed, and they're even using a new chemical called acrylamide. This is fairly common in foods that are heated up with oil. So it's basically a lot of processing and very little actual food. Maybe you must stash a few questions about the food you're eating? Are we talking about A. Lay's, B. Ruffles, or C. Pringles? The answer is C, and once you pop, you just can't stop asking questions. This stylish cartoon has changed appearances quite often. It seemed as the years went by, the mustache got bigger and became more cartoonish. Question number 6. Often enjoyed by college students or other people on a budget, this next product seems like it has a nearly unlimited shelf life. It's extremely low priced, and you don't have to be a 5-star chef to cook it. It's even been used as currency in prison. However, it is sort of high in sodium and lacks too much nutritional value. It's very versatile and can be eaten in many different ways, and even cooked in pizza if cheese is available. You just might not want to try to eat it every day if possible. The logo looks similar to the Pringles guy, but without the mustache. Can you guess what instant food we're talking about? A. Chef Boyardee, B. Top Ramen, or C. Oatmeal? If you got this one right, you've probably been on a budget recently. The answer is C. Top Ramen. Instant Top Ramen became an international frenzy in the 1970s and is found in just about every supermarket across the globe. Question number 5. The CEO of this next popular brand makes a whopping $29 million each year, and they possess one of the most powerful beverage companies in the world. It was almost shut down a few times for bankruptcy, but thanks to effective advertising techniques and coercive methods, they've been able to make it to the top. This company even had Richard Nixon as their company lawyer at one point in time. It caused quite the stir when a communist leader was about to be elected as the president in the country of Chile. This would rid American corporations from their land, which wouldn't work good for their investments. In response, Richard Nixon sought a coup d'etat of the nation by trying to destabilize their government. Long story short, Nixon and the CIA got rid of this president, and bottling plants and other U.S. corporations got to stay. Their symbol is known as the globe, and it originated in the 1940s. Which logo is correct? Is it A, Coca-Cola, B, Pepsi, or C, Starbucks? The answer is B. A group of American international corporations, including Pepsi, tried to raise enough wealth to convince the Congress of Chile that the new president, Allende, was bad news. When that idea didn't work out, they were bombed into submission, and September the 11th, the coup d'etat took place, appointing a USA-backed leader. Question 4. Alright, so we're all familiar with this company and their variety of products, but what does their logo even mean? The current logo we see is a fruit with a bite taken out of it. The bite actually had to be there, otherwise it would look too similar to another fruit or even a cherry. But the logo we see today is actually meant to represent scientific advancement throughout the ages. If you know which fruit fell on Isaac Newton's head, then you should get this one right. They also got a strange, mysterious base, headquarters, that is shaped like a flying saucer. Which Apple logo is the one they're currently using? The original logo is the one we see here. This is displaying Isaac Newton sitting under a tree before he made the discovery of gravity. Story has it that the apple dropped on his head before he came up with his revolutionary theory. There is no China logo, and Apple has changed their design quite often. The current one they're using is gray. Question number 3. This next one was invented in 1886 by John Pemberton, which was supposed to be used as a brain tonic to help concentration or focus on work. It took certain ingredients from the cola nut as a source of caffeine and another extremely controversial ingredient that wouldn't be legal to this day. They actually spent $1.5 million in order to convince doctors to tell people that their product wasn't unhealthy. 18 Indian villages has also accused this company of completely depleting their groundwater supply in order to mass produce their popular beverage. The brand alone is worth an estimated $74 billion. According to some sources, the name of this company is the second most understood term in the world, just behind OK. Which is the right logo? Is it A, Nestle, B, Budweiser, C, Four Locos, or Coca-Cola? If you guessed D, good job! This other soft drink mega company is one of the most powerful corporations in the world, and they get their logo from one of John Pemberton's bookkeepers, who was skilled in calligraphy. Question 2. This logo is seen as being as American as apple pie, and they managed to sell. However, Greenpeace accused them of destroying parts of the Amazon in order to make way for soybean plants to feed chickens. Protests have broken out about this company's treatment of animals on countless occasions. Once again, the CEO is making roughly $16 million, and that number is expected to rise. They've been accused of contributing to childhood obesity and even targeting kids to eat their unhealthy food. They're also one of the largest distributors of toys in the world, and roughly 20% of their sales include a toy. Which company could this be? Is it A, Burger King, B, McDonald's, or C, KFC? KFC might have been a respectable answer, however they are not the largest distributor of toys in the US. The answer is the famous Golden Arches at McDonald's. Which fast food restaurant do you think is the healthiest? Let us know in the comments section, and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video. And number 1, the Starbucks Challenge. With the founders of this company being from the Pacific Northwest, their logo is somewhat mysterious and mixed with nautical legends. They made quite a few changes to it within the past 40 years. Could there be more to her that we don't know about? It's actually supposed to represent a 16th century Norse woodcut twin-tailed mermaid, according to Starbucks' website. Sirens were dangerous, yet beautiful creatures who would lure sailors in, causing them to crash. Maybe there's something slightly hypnotic about this logo that they're not telling us about, but we might not even know which one is the real Starbucks lady. In this photo, you can see she has some imposters. Will the real Starbucks lady please stand up? The correct answer is the one on the left side of your screen. She doesn't have a diamond on her chest, and in the other ones, her hands are too long. Were you able to spot her? If you did, consider yourself a coffee aficionado. How'd you do on this test? Let us know in the comments section, and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video.